Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Luminosity Hogman, and today we're going to be talking about how to get those solo cash cup wins whenever you're playing on a different region with much higher ping. So if you guys didn't know already, you're actually allowed currently, in this season at least, you're allowed to play in all of the different cash cups available to you throughout all the different regions. So this, may mean that at 11 a.m. the European one is playing and you live in North America, you can actually play in that European one. And vice versa, the Europeans can play in the North American ones or Asia, Oceania, wherever you want to play. But the catch for this is you're going to have a much higher ping to the servers of which that region is located, right? Because the region will have centralized, locations and servers that will be in that actual region, and your computer will have a much slower ping to that region. So you're going to have to figure out how to play on those really high ping scenarios. And it's going to feel really weird when you do it for the first time. You actually are going into a region with really high ping, so that means your builds are going to be much slower. Your overall mechanics won't matter as much. A lot of your shots won't actually register whenever you shoot people and you're positive you shot them. Those bullets will not register and they won't do damage. And you have to be able to overcome those challenges and that disadvantage in order to do well in these cash cups in different regions. So this video is pretty much a purposeful video to explain how I was able to take home a win on the EU Cash Cup, and something that was actually pretty difficult. I was able to kind of make a scenario much better for me, right? This game in particular was crazy because at the very beginning of it, I got pushed. I had no shield. I basically had 18 HP against this guy who was W keying my box, and as I just played patient and just understood that I'm gonna just go into this. I'm not gonna rage. I'm not gonna take crazy peaks. I'm not trying to outplay this player and be faster than this player, because I can't. You have to accept that going into the EU Cash Cup. You have to accept limitations. And it's really important that you don't fight off spawn. Okay, that's my first tip for you guys. I have an end game that I'm going to show you, but I do want to talk about this. It's very, very important to be able to take home wins and get higher placements and get more placement points, more points in general. You're going to want to play late game as much as possible and not fight off spawn. So when you fight off spawn, you have no other scenario or any other people around you, really, for the most part, that will actually shoot you or create third-party scenarios that can work for your advantage. And it's actually the most mechanically intensive whenever you are trying to fight somebody 1 versus 1 off spawn. Maybe you don't have shield, whatever it is. You can throw your games really fast that way, and I recommend you don't fight off spawn at all whenever you're in the other regions. So find a spot that basically allows that for you. I land retail row, and then I rotate out very fast so that I basically loot a house or two and then just leave retail row and go loot whatever chest I can, and hopefully I get shield in that time. So I recommend you don't fight off spawn, but once you get to the end game scenarios, you're going to want to be able to set yourself up in a really great way. So we're actually moving into 5th zone right now, which is the half zone, half in, half out, a lot of people call it. And I was able to secure a kill from a guy who rotated above me. I was able to get all of his mats, so you can see I'm in a really good spot. I've got a fully built metal base. I'm in half zone, already rotated into it. I already have a flopper. I have extra shield, which I do recommend carrying more healing as opposed to like snipers and SMGs. I would just pick shotgun AR and then healing, because you're going to get shot a lot. You're not going to be able to build in time. You're not going to be able to build quickly. So it's really important that you do that. So this guy rotates over me and I notice that he's being spammed. So basically I'm just sitting in my box, and it's really important that you just play the box. That's my second tip for you guys. I really think it's important that you just sit in your box. You don't try to make any type, you're not gonna be able to take walls against other players. You're not gonna be able to claim their edits. It's really important that you really just try to play aggressive from your own area. And as you can see, I shoot this guy down into my box and land a nice 100 damage tac shotgun shot right as he was already pretty chunked down from everybody else spamming him. And that was just like an opportunist moment where I was able to see that this guy was being spammed by the other lobby, and I was basically helping the other players and working towards getting the kill. I was lucky enough to get that kill, but if he died there anyways, I would have probably been able to get the mats because it would have fallen down. And I actually used this extra mats to rotate myself into half zone, or sorry, 6th zone, the first moving zone, and I'm actually max mats. And what I'm doing here, really, really important, I get myself across half zone towards wherever the 6th zone is going, the first moving zone, wherever it's pulling. You see how I'm at this southern point right here? It's really important that you're not on like the opposite edge trying to rotate late or to rotate on the edge of the zone, because you're not going to be able to get these kills, and this is where it's going to be very congested with a lot of players. So right here, I'm actually on the right side of the map. I've got a very short distance over into the zone, and right here I'm trying to burn the mats and build the tunnels in order to get there. I'm taking it very slow. I'm not trying to take any kind of peaks. I'm trying to maybe save my mats a little bit with the ramp tunnels. Just trying to really take this super slow. I see a guy's above me, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to full tunnels here, or at least just try to cover my top a little bit more, trying to look around, see where people are. And I just don't want to be in a situation where this guy like gets a really nice shot off of me and then just starts to W key me, because that's what's going to be like the end of the game for me as a really high ping player. So you can see I'm on a really nice path to victory here, because I'm able to rotate straight into zone. I've got a pretty nice spot. And right now, even though I have burned a lot of my mats, oh, it's a little blurry, 254 wood, 0 brick, and 400 metal. You know, I'm kind of running out of mats at this point. I'm trying to basically save them as much as I can, but I'm trying to get in zone, refarm a little bit, whatever I can. Not taking a whole lot of peaks right now, because I really just want to get placement points. And I'm not really in a position where I need to pop off. You know, I still have 500 mats that I could use before I need to actually fight people to get mats and, you know, continue. I was able to get the top 15 points. I'm just playing the low ground, looking up, staying aware, seeing where people are. I know one guy is over to my west, right behind me here. There's this guy who opens up, and I actually try to take a peek on this. I missed my shots. Actually, I kind of missed it, but it kind of didn't register at the same time, so I only hit 30 damage. And then I see, actually, I got a really unlucky zone here. So I did not get zone here. I got the worst possible zone. It's the max distance is what I call it, where I have to go completely across the entire map in order to survive. So here I take a really big risk. I noticed that a lot of players are not really paying attention to me. So I build my tops off, and then I noticed that that player, the click skin or whatever, he actually goes this way towards the other players, and everyone is congested. You can see, like, in my screen, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. I see them all over here, and I know nobody's over to my left because I've already checked it. So I stop building altogether, and I just free rotate. Look at this. I just walk in. Nobody's shooting me. It's not a big deal. And I actually get behind this house as the zone pulls around it. I block it off with metal, and then I block off my top again, and now I'm in old builds, just basically saving all my mats. I've only used 30 mats in the last 30 seconds or so, which is really good. Being able to take those free rotations whenever you can is really important. And now I'm in a position where I'm the only person on the edge of the zone. I'm on the safe side of the zone, right? I'm almost actually in zone. I look up. I've got a purple scar. I look up. I'm going to see what I can do and try to get this height. I mean, there's 2 players fighting for height right now. I know they're both in shambles. I just ramp up. I'm second height now, spraying him out, getting scar shots, ramping over him when I can. Now he's in storm in a really awkward position, and I finish him off with my SMG. I noticed there's a flopper player in the back of the storm, probably just playing flops, but I have high ground right now, so I'm looking for the flopper player first because that's my top priority, and I get top 5 here. I see the flopper player. He actually dies. Or actually, no, I think I killed somebody else that was in the storm. Somebody I tagged earlier, and then I killed the flopper player, and now we're in a top 2 situation. We're 1 versus 1. I was able to get 3 kills in just a few seconds right there, just because I was able to rotate across the map, and I was able to save enough mats where I could, and then look back into zone, try to take height really late, and now I'm in a position where I have to do the 1 versus 1 clutch. I noticed that this player is kind of acting a little weird. He's like farming, so I assume that he doesn't have a whole lot of mats, and I accidentally fall off here. But I know he doesn't have mats to get back to me. He does a really weird floor edit, so I just actually go back up to height. I still have mats, so I'm going to use all the mats I can here. I'm just looking for any angle that I can. But he does keep farming like 10 mats, and that makes it really awkward. But I'm able to get, you know, some really nice Tfue classics in here, and just, you know, take the pick damage that I could. I hit him for 30, 40, and then 46. So we're chilling here. Just one more pump shot, and we're able to take the win off really quick. And he doesn't have any mats. There's nothing he can really do besides dip and storm and hope for the best. So that's just a way, you know, that's a very easy win that I can show you guys that really just kind of capitalizes on a few things. Basically filling up my mats in 5th zone by getting a pick. Looking for damage where I could. I actually got that pick, and that filled up all my mats and allowed me to rotate pretty safely. I had enough mats to get all the way through 6th zone, which is the first moving, with the mats that I had, and I still have 600 left over. And then in 7th zone, I was able to find a really free rotate and basically get behind that building, which allowed me to not use any mats for that entire time, and I just chopped through and was aware. Being aware in my surroundings there was the only reason that I was able to actually work. And then last but not least, I took height very late by rotating across the entire zone, and then going up a little bit, getting to second height, and then spraying up as they're fighting, which is, I mean, obviously, you know, just a scenario where you're gonna have to like be able to recognize that if you want to be a good player. You need to recognize when people on height are fighting so that you can take height from them, third party it, maybe get a kill on 1, maybe even 2 of them, and then just take height from there, try to get their mats, and then play out the rest of the game from height. So that's pretty much all I got from you guys, or for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Those high ping scenarios are really weird. But if you can master them, you know, maybe you can make a little bit of extra cash on the weekdays or the weekends, whatever Epic decides to reschedule it at. Thanks, guys. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to hit a big thumbs up and then subscribe to the channel. Be sure to ring that notification bell so that you are notified whenever videos come out. And I will see you guys all next time. And if you guys do have any type of video that you would like me to make, be sure to just comment down below. Let me know of some ideas. You know, maybe I will be able to make that video and help you guys learn a little bit more. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day.